And I just walked and sat down. I was like, you have a good day.
You know, after SantaCon, you and Keith need to chill out. I'm not saying you're in the wrong, but there were a lot of Coug Santas that needed to be ejected.
Are you monitoring?
But are they serial rapists and murderers like Ted Bundy?
Are you on chat, Derek?
I am on chat right now.
Okay.
Are we good? It didn't pop up yet.
Yeah, it's coming.
Hi, Facebook world.
Who dares text me?
Hey, there we are.
I am obstructed.
Make it big. Oh, not that big. How do I make it kind of big? There we go.
I can't
That's what she
wait.
said.
After this week, I only work 3 days a week for 2 weeks. Facebook holidays. But I'm really just pissed off that Christmas is Tuesday and Wednesday, and then New Year's is Tuesday and Wednesday.
You know what? They should start setting the dates where, like, okay, for example, Halloween should be like the last Saturday night of October. Just make it a Saturday night already. Fuck it. But they don't want to deal with the crowds.
Next year in 2020, Halloween is on a Saturday.
Okay.
I think every major holiday is on a Saturday.
Yeah, that's the good shit.
Next year? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Christmas too?
Yeah,
New Year's and
Fridays,
Christmas Saturdays.
Oh, Christmas Eve is Friday night?
Yeah.
Oh, my Jesus. Literally.
Dude, OD.
Literally?
Literally OD.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Not yet. I'm sharing.
I'm
Hold on.
spawned ready. Hey, can you turn on the timer for us there? Keep the boogie.
Bobby, Angelina, Sarah, Elizabeth, Zoe.
Baby Yoda was just as annoying as all the porgs.
Truth.
But he's got powers. The
Porgs
just stood there and got eaten.
Porgs dead ass was so annoying.
And the porgs,
Not as annoying as Jar Jar.
the porgs were literally a pest. They
I
were
don't know,
like
man.
living in the wires and shit.
Hey, man. No speak to my people.
Porgs
man.
were literally pests.
No, again, Jaja.
Porgs were like, they're the rats of the Star Wars. You know, they're
Porgs
more
are
rats than
fucking
They're
annoying.
more rats than a fucking womp rat.
You know Disney was like, let's make this and profit off of this. That's the only reason why porgs exist.
Yeah, those flew off the shelf there.
Okay, we live.
We need a furry version of BB-8. That's what they're thinking.
They should just make it roll
I am Borg.
the same way.
I am Borg.
Hear me roar.
The fact that they wanted to make it
4,
CGI is
3.
Yeah, gross. Ewoks are better.
Maniacs, we are Ewok's favorite video game podcast from the Soundcasting Network,
Even Ewoks
where
were
where your argument is
Invalid.
thank you. We are coming to you from Studio 212 here in South Lake Union, Seattle, Washington, USA, Earth.
Yay.
Soul system.
And
Solar system.
most notably, I got to get this out of the way. Well, not out of the way. I got to go make sure I buff this up a little bit. This is episode 54 of Salt Tier Podcast, and we are brought to you by New Belgium Brewing's Voodoo Ranger.
Yay.
I made a mimosa out of one.
All right, you wanna explain a little bit?
It's 1/3 Sobe Citrus energy drink, and it's 2/3
Boreal?
Hop Avenger IPA.
Oh,
you
didn't-
mean you made a brass monkey
that
out
what
of
it is?
Voodoo Ranger?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, brass monkey is juice and beer and malt liquor.
And malt liquor. Okay, so this isn't technically
This is
malt liquor.
close. Yeah, but it's closer than champagne.
It's a brass monkey light. It's a brass monkey light. I thought it was on the mic. Oh, fine.
Okay, anyway, we're brought to you by New Belgium Brewing, Voodoo Ranger, and New Belgium Brewing is employee-owned, B-certified corporation that makes delicious beer, and thank goodness for them. They've been helping us out with bonus round for the whole tail end of the year.
Thank you, New Belgium.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
And right now they got a couple brand new ones. They got Voodoo Ranger Hop Avenger. How would you put Hop Avenger different from Juicy Haze?
This one's a little bit more citrusy.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a little bit more tart.
Is it like the Mural?
No,
You know
Mural
what?
is like Aqua Fresca. That's cerveza.
You know what? I've never had that one because I've only drank the Voodoo
Also,
Ranger, and I only drank this one.
wait, let me see if I could sound cool. Me and Goon Deadass ate all of the Murals as soon as we got them. They
Yeah.
were gone,
Yeah.
they were gone so
Those
As soon
were
as I was like, these are bomb.
Those,
Like,
those were gone on like 2 podcasts.
they were delicious.
yeah, so that's why I was like, can Lauren bring us some more Mural? Like,
So haunting it, just to explain to you a little bit, the Murals are only 4%. They're like session, like kind of like fruity beers.
but they're nice. They taste.
yeah,
very
exactly.
nice.
They don't even taste like you're drinking alcohol.
You need
I
a
j-
gentle beer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
gentle.
A gentle-
Sometimes
I just
you do.
poured a fuck ton of this into my Snapple. And it's delicious.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're really good to mix. Yeah, these are excellent for mixers.
We're not a Snapple sponsor, by the way.
So it's like a work time beer.
Yeah.
A work time beer. All right. Well, thank you for that. And I'm going to introduce myself. I am Loud and Brown, at Loud and Brown. That is Instagram and Twitter. You can find us at salt_tier pod on Twitter and Instagram. On Facebook, we are Salt Tier Podcast. And then we have various things that you could listen to us on. We are on Spotify. We are on SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes. Oh, I always forget a couple. Help me out. Mixer?
All of the places.
We're all the places. Stitcher,
We're on all of the places.
Say
Stitcher,
Mixer.
SoundCloud,
Zanga, Friendster, ICQ.
Christian Mingle.
And
eHarmony.
no, we're having a lot of fun. I've been out for a couple of weeks. I've been TikTok. I've been rockstarring a little bit. Yeah. I've been rockstarring.
I heard about your charity event from Moose.
Oh yeah, baby. That was great. And I have been playing some video games though. I played a lot of Overwatch and a little bit of Tekken, but I haven't touched like a AAA campaign game in like months. Not by lack of me liking them, but I just haven't been interested.
The Halo Master Chief Collection dropped.
Yo.
I'm actually really excited for that.
But that's all of my video game news as me as a person. Follow me, like me, follow the podcast, like the podcast. But I'm going to kick it over to my left, and I'm going
While
to...
we figure out some technical difficulties.
Yeah,
with
we're
the
gonna
save
go. We're gonna go to stuff
Yes,
that
yes.
doesn't have to.
Oh, it's alive.
Hey,
Hey,
we're
never mind.
alive.
There
Anyway,
we
I'm
go.
still taking this spot, bitch.
I wasn't bumping it. I was moving it closer because I got told to speak closer.
All right.
All right,
To
guys.
my left, I have.
It's Goon P&W,
Hey.
back at it again.
Hey.
I was gone for 2 weeks also, kind of like Loud and Brown was. It's good to be back. I've just been taking a break and chilling as bonus round on top of work has been pretty taxing on me. So it's good to be back. I'm excited to continue to run bonus round. I think it's going to be a great time. So stay tuned. We got more things in store for that. I haven't been up too much lately. I went down to Portland to play some fighting games with some bros. The entire Seattle FGC, well, not entire, but like half of them, I made a joke.
Anime or just all of them?
All of them. I made a joke last month. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if all of us just showed up to Portland's event next month and took all their money, and then half the FGC from like every game showed up, and then
Tight.
it was like Seattle was like top 3 in like every single game in Portland, and won like 4 of them. So that was legit, and I just spent some time with some friends in Portland because I missed them. So
For the Maniacs,
Good
which
shit.
games were featured?
Street Fighter,
Oh, really?
Tekken,
Okay.
Guilty Gear,
Uh-huh.
BB Tag,
Uh-huh.
Dragon Ball,
Uh-huh.
Under Night, and I know I'm missing one.
No NetherRealm?
No Sprite Explosion 6. I mean, Soul Calibur 6.
Puyo Puyo though.
Puyo Puyo though.
Puyo Puyo Tetris is also on that list.
Well, thanks for
and Soul
holding it.
Calibur.
Thanks for holding it down for
Explosion
Seattle.
Fest.
Hell yeah.
You know, I also go to Portland just to beat a video game there, but it's Bubble Bobble on arcade.
Oh, is that at
Sick.
Ground Control?
Yeah.
Hey.
Sick.
I haven't heard Bubble Bubble
go
in
back.
so
I love
I
long.
go
Bubble
back
Bobble.
just to take back the title every time.
So just remember,
Did we just
talking,
become
Bubble
best
Bubble was
friends?
a,
I got Bubble Bobble tattoos.
Oh, sick.
Bubble Bubble was one with the cute creatures too, right? Yeah.
So for all the millennials, these are the two
Zoomers.
characters. Yeah, and the Zoomers. These are the characters from Bust-A-Move. Zoomers don't know what Bust-A-Move is.
Zoomers.
Millennials do.
Okay, I had to explain what Capcom versus SNK 2 was to a Zoomer.
That makes sense. That game came out in 2001.
Yeah.
He was born in like 2000.
Yeah.
So
I
I don't know about video games that came out in '83.
not. Hey, you know what? To be fair,
Pitfall.
Pitfall. God.
No, maybe not like Buck Rogers on the Atari XT, something like that.
Yowza.
Anyways,
Burger Time.
Thank you,
on-
Goon.
catch me on Twitter, and that's it.
Oh
Anyway.
no, 2 accounts on Twitter. Please say
Oh yeah,
both of them.
catch me on my actual Twitter, Goon P&W, and then also catch me on Bonus Rounds Twitter, which is Bonus Round FGC. I run that Twitter, I respond, and I watch and I listen. So holler at your boy on either account. I look forward to hanging out with you guys. Anyways, who's across from me?
Across from you is the Saverings. ... I think.
You got to do all of it. It's like
You gotta say
Tribe
all
Called
of it.
Quest.
Triangle Quest. Earth, Wind, and Fire. You
A
gotta say
pimp
all
named
of it.
Slickback?
Yeah, a pimp named Slipback. Baby Powder. Like what?
Cristal like the champagne.
Yeah, Cristal like the champagne. Basically, find me on Steam the most. Same name, the Saverings. ... Find us at our Steam group. We're still going strong at 33 members.
That's pretty strong.
At 35, we'll give away a game, and these aren't no like weak-ass, mark-ass games.
You told me you got a good...
Yeah, there's a pretty good selection. There's some like Civ 6 and Shenmue 1 and 2 are a couple examples.
Civ 6? That's a good one right there by itself.
Yep, sure is. Unlimited. If you get into it, basically unlimited game. And what are we doing? Are we doing the what have you been playing?
Yeah, what you been playing, bruh?
I've been playing Caesar Edge 6, which is Soul Calibur 6. There's so many particle explosions in that game. That game is so goofy. And on my controller, I like to use the D-pad. I still like to use the D-pad for Soul Calibur.
You don't use the stick?
It's weird. It's weird. I have to use like the fighting stick, but like just trying it out, I like to use the D-pad on the controller. And for some reason, it's broken on the PC. Down is up all the time, even in the menus. It's kind of annoying. So I moved on from that, but I've just been playing Stellaris as our favorite country. I made Space China on there, and it's.
Is Space China making all of the products for you at a lower cost?
Yes, we make consumer goods, and we
That's
do research.
Creepy.
And we're right next to the Marauder Empire, and there's a chance in the mid game that they can get a Khan that attacks the entire galaxy, and the Khan happens. So,
all right, save rings for the maniacs.
I'm basically fighting the Khan.
You know, at this point, we're at 54 episodes in. There are some people listening that may be friends of Haunting It, or maybe friends that just found out of us recently that have no idea what Stellaris is. Can you give us an elevator pitch?
Stellaris is a grand strategy game. It takes place in space. So if you're thinking any kind of strategy game, whether it's a card game or whether you play like any kind of light video games like
or RTS,
classic, a Clash of Clans, anything like that, think of that, but like at a galaxy-wide level where you manage planets, but it also zooms out and you control like entire star systems and whole areas, and you war and you make peace.
And you make races?
Yes, you can make your own empires. There's already preset empires. And it's freakishly, uncannily valley weird how accurate the stuff comes out. Like, for instance, I made like Space G.I. Joe and Space Cobra, and they always, every game, if they're together, they're friends at first, and then they beef, and then they fuck up the whole galaxy fighting each other. And that's just what happens. So you just make friends with one of them if you're a bad guy. You make friends with Cobra. They're called the evil forces of Raptor. and it's all like an acronym. I don't care what it means. It's just I
don't care what it means.
Yeah.
E4? Evil forces of Raptor. That's
yeah, the
E4.
evil forces of Raptor.
No, that's E4.
But Raptor is itself an acronym.
Oh.
And then the G.I. Joes are called Star Force Action Fleet Go. With a little trademark after it.
Accurate.
You know, for branding. But it's just weird. It's just really weird how that's turning out. I actually should be streaming this on our channel because it's really weird.
You should.
It's really creepy how it works out. Yeah. So I have like bureaucratic complexes because my whole government's based on bureaucracy and like trade goods and research. And we just flood the universe with it, and everybody loves us because we just give them cheap stuff. That's basically how I'm winning the game.
You're a monster.
Yeah.
Yo, but hey, save rings.
What's up?
Who's to your left?
To our left, we have not a guest, a reoccurring character. You've been here before.
Yeah.
I've been behind the scenes.
Yes, but you've been on the mic before.
Seasonal DLC.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there we go. I guess I go by Haunting It on Twitter, so you can read all my self-depreciating tweet. Are they tweets?
Tweets.
Twits. All of those on there. You can be one of my 5 followers if you'd like. I haven't really been playing any video games. I've been trying to find a couch co-op, so if anyone knows a good couch co-op that is entertaining, suggestions, please. I played Luigi's Mansion. I don't think that counts.
Was it good though?
Couch co-op?
Because my girlfriend's been wanting it, so I don't know. Is it good?
I mean, it's entertaining. It's like a Lego game. So there's like minimal puzzles, and if you're a completionist, it's very satisfying because there's a lot of things to pick up and things to unlock in each floor. Basically, it's kind of short. We beat it pretty fast.
Okay.
But it's entertaining.
Yeah, those games usually are solid. All the Luigi Mansion games.
Yeah.
Tight.
Yeah.
Wait, are you telling me 0 Overwatch in the last 2 weeks?
No, I mean that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
It absolutely counts. I go out there and say I play Overwatch. I'm just bad at it.
It's not like I'm playing it to play a game. I'm not like even enjoying it. I just have to play it sometimes. Like if you're having a bad day and you just want to kill some, 12-year-olds that are.
If you just want to click some heads.
Yeah, so then you just go on and you just like.
Let's be honest, Goon. Have you ever been mad one day and just like I'm talking like 3-4 years ago? Have you ever just gone on the league and like I'm gonna murder this entire team because I feel terrible?
I mean, that was during my last year of like playing League seriously. That's all I ever was.
And can I pipe up here real quick? I've also been playing Halo Reach, and I've been playing the multiplayer, and it runs like at like 350 frames on my computer. And I've been playing with the keyboard and mouse, and it just feels just good, just to fuck.
No, wait.
It's not playing video games. It's just like
it feels so good.
masturbating a little bit.
Yeah.
It feels
what
so good.
What loadout are you using? Are you armor core?
No, I'm just straight sniper rifle and just standing back and just.
Wait, Halo Reach was the one with the classes though. What class do you pick?
I don't care.
It forces you to pick one.
There's one
I
that
just picked
comes
the
with a
sniper
sniper
rifle.
rifle. There's a class in Reach.
I don't even pay attention
That's the
to
one
it.
I always pick.
I'm playing through the story too, and I'm not paying attention to it. I'm just playing through it.
I always use hologram. Or was that Halo 3?
I just stand in the back and just, like you said, explode heads. Yeah.
Click them.
Yep. I don't even care what I'm doing. Sniper rifle, I want that.
You put that confetti mode on it.
Oh, that
I
was
haven't
great.
got that. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Haunting It. Anything else? No phone games?
Phone games.
I don't know. Some people play mobile.
No, I'm too old for that shit.
You say that, but my roommate plays phone games all the time. It's kind of creepy.
I'm older than your roommate.
Yeah, you are. No, you're like the same age.
I don't have time for phone games.
Yeah. Hey, Maniacs, this
I agree
is
with you.
Loud and Brown. I don't play phone games because I'm a little dippy. I don't know if you get this by listening to 54 episodes of this, but I'm kind of dim. And I will walk into oncoming traffic playing something. That's why I deleted Pokemon Go.
I do that.
That's why I got rid of Mario Runner.
I do that watching YouTube videos.
I can't. I cannot do that. That's why I don't have unlimited data. That's why I have no games on my phone.
Simple Mobile, man. $60 a month, unlimited data.
It'll be dangerous. But that said, that's our updates, isn't it? And after our updates, thanks for being here, Haunting It, by the way.
Yeah, I want to wish everyone a happy Slapsgiving. I hope, because I know you didn't have a show because of Thanksgiving, right?
No. I had a Slapsgiving, but no one would figure out anything to bet on. Oh. AV was trying to bet on stuff that only he was good at. I'm like, the whole reason we bet on SoulCal last year is neither of us are good at it. He was like, hey, play me at Puyo Tetris. I'm like, sure. Challenge me at a drum off. Like, why would I do that? That's ridiculous.
I'll challenge you to a drum off.
Yeah. And before we go on to our other subjects and before we talk about the beautiful, beautiful event that we're throwing at the end of the month, I want to introduce the fifth musketeer in the room, who is the Prince of Parmesan.
Actually, the boss back here.
The boss. Prince of Parmesan.
Have you guys been noticing that we're getting
Emperor
fussed at the whole
Elote
time?
himself?
Emperor Elote, the region of Rigatoni.
The microphone maestro.
We are talking about Keith the Boogie! Go Cougs!
He actually came up to me before the show. I got to set up a Steam account for him. Yes.
Nice.
And you can play the games on your Mac. I'm just telling you.
Okay, boomer.
Play something on there. I got Steam on my Mac. Okay, boomer.
That was rude as heck. That said, thanks for being here. We are on his beautiful network, the Soundcasting Network. Such wonderful podcasts. If anybody's tuning in that doesn't know about it, the Glow Up is... They have crazy listens every week. The Glow Up is nuts.
Are they the flagship podcast, Keith? Like, you could be honest. You could tell us. We'll take it. No? Okay.
Yeah, not touching that with
Is it us, though?
Yeah, it's us.
It's us, all right? He just smiles.
Stoic silence. No. So now that that's explained, on to my left, we're going to talk about a little event, and we're going to break...
Hold on.
We're going to talk... What?
Before we do, though, somewhere in here, there was a good topic that was brought up. Co-op games.
Yes.
So at some point, can we bring that back up again?
Yeah. Please.
We'll bring that up when we get to section 3, because we're going to do Salt Shaken first.
Okay.
And then we're going to go to the fun stuff.
I'm going to dip
Is
away.
Salt Shaken
I'm
or
going to
new
write that up there real quick.
Yes.
Is that a new category name?
I kind of like it.
What is it? So what is
Salt
it?
Shaken is like shaking the shell, like talking shit.
You know what? To be honest, I like that too. Like, we should keep that.
Salt Shaken? I like it. I dig it.
All
I
right.
fucks with that.
Not Salt Shaken, but talking about Salt Tier's very own bonus round, we got...
Yo! What is this even marked on number 2? But so SC6? What about SC6?
No. We're talking about the end of section 1 right now. We're going to introduce BR.
Oh,
And then we're
okay.
going to talk about it later, but we got to make sure everybody knows about it.
See, I'm horrible at reading agendas.
I know, that's fine. Just make sure everybody knows this December 28th.
Yep. So next Saturday, December 28th, will be bonus round. It is Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle and Guilty Gear Exert are the 2 games that we are having.
Anime as fuck!
Anime as hell for all the anime
Air
boys.
dashing.
They've been asking
Kawaii
for this.
girls.
They've been asking for this, so they better be coming out. Don't say I didn't do anything nice for any of you guys.
Yeah, you love the air dashing scene.
So be sure to come out and play. There's going to be a $350 pot. for between both games. So that means 100 at least goes to first place on either side.
That's dope.
Which is nice.
That is nice.
So
especially for like not a major. This is just a monthly.
Holiday money.
It's holiday money. It's
Bling,
New Year's
bling.
money. I mean, because it's gonna be after Christmas, but I mean, you know, you can get drunk on New Year's with that $100 you just made.
Bruh.
I literally just
Real
forgot
talk.
what day Christmas was, so that's my bad.
It happens.
And then catch us. We have another event next month
Wednesday.
as well, towards the end of January. We're bringing back Tekken.
Yeah.
Due to popular demand, like incredibly popular demand. As soon as the event for Tekken was over last month, they're like, "When's the next one?"
To
Or
completely interrupt, MJ Gordon wants to know if we're ever going to talk about Roblox.
The fuck is a Roblox?
I can tell you everything you want to like basically need about Roblox. Why do you have a Roblox player in your life? Who are they? Are they your son, nephew, niece?
Dude,
Who
it's
is it?
MJ. It's our freaking homie that we play. I play punk music and stuff with him. He's from Hawaii.
What you want to know
He's
about Roblox?
probably trolling because that's what he does.
What
in
you want to know about
Moana.
Roblox? I have kids. I can tell you all about the Roblox. And
Okay, we're gonna skip that because he's trolling so hard. Goon, please continue and ignore this stupid.
But on a
This
side note,
kook-moke.
we should discuss Roblox at some point on this show. We should, because that shit is crazy.
We'll have a Roblox episode.
I wish I had invented Roblox.
We'll have a Roblox episode.
You'd be a billionaire right now.
Robux.
Yeah, it's oh my god. Anyway,
I have so many Robux.
Roblox is crazy.
But yeah, due to popular demand, we're bringing back Tekken next month. Soul Calibur people actually want to get in on that train too. So I don't know what I can do.
Soul Motion Blur.
Okay, so
players?
Maniacs, we're gonna talk about SoCal a little bit today, but
We are.
really we're stress testing our venue and our production, and this is the first time we're doing 2 games at all. If we can do SoCal and Tekken at the same time, we will, but we're not gonna know until the 29th. We really aren't.
We really aren't.
We can't tell you
We're using these 2 anime games as a test run, so we'll see how we do in both of them.
unless we can get from the community that they can absolutely do like an earlier day tourney. Like if we could get in there at noon and get the same people. There are a lot of different things. We can get more setups. We can get an earlier start time. There's so many things that are factored in, and we'll know at the end of bonus round 3, which is December 28th.
Seasons Beatings.
Seasons Beatings.
Such a good name. So glad I thought of it on the spot. But be sure to
Booze?
check it out.
Booze?
Booze?
Do we have... Yo, Keith the Boogie. Sorry to sidebar and be completely unprofessional, but do we have alcohols at Seasons Beatings? Bonus round 3.
There's a bar, but you can't drink on the floor.
Still not on our floor.
Boo. I know Tekken people were talking about that.
We might have to have that on 4.
Tekken people really want to drink and watch.
It's a whole permit. I know. We'll deal with it. Maniacs, stick with us. We are going to figure everything out to make you
They're
happy.
the grown-ups of the FGC.
Yeah, I think we could do it for 4. But for 3, drink in the side room like I did with our second place winner from last game.
Rurik?
Oh, 3rd place.
He's 3rd place, yeah.
Yeah, Rurik. We just went to the sidebar. Beautiful bar next door. It's like a kind of a cocktail bar right next to the battle round. Bonus round, like area. It takes 8 seconds to walk there. It's pretty fast, and we'll figure it out.
I mean, you can't walk into the room, but you can stand right outside where the bouncer's watching you and just watch from there.
True.
I like to watch.
I like to watch.
And then we're gonna continue on to this. Oh wait, but right before Salt Shaken, put a feather in your cap, Keith the Boogie. Maybe we can get a TV
It already
in the
looks
bar
like Keith
to
has a
look
feather in his cap.
to look at bonus round while you're in the bar.
Stream.
Yeah,
We can get the stream up.
look at me thinking.
We have the fucking salt streamer right here. This thing.
We got the salt streamer.
This thing will stream your brains out right here.
Speaking of salt streaming, we're gonna move on to section number 2 called Salt Shaken, where we're not the nicest gamers in the world.
This is a new segment. First time on the show. Show us loves. Click that
And-
melee button.
And who wants to? Oh, this is a Rust topic.
Is it?
Number 1, yeah. Yes. SC6.
Well, I don't really know much about it because
Oh, yeah, you
because
do.
I can't play it because I feel like I'm not even epileptic, and that show is that game is just like
Broad strokes. Explain to the Maniacs what game we're talking about, what's wrong with it.
we were talking
Let's
about
go.
Soul Calibur 6.
Soul Calibur 6.
In a series that I love and adore, and I love the characters, and I love the timing, and I love all that shit about it, and the corny, great story. It's corny as hell, but it's great at the same time.
This sword is legendary, but what about this
And the
sword?
voice acting is legendary, and the narration, all that shit. But basically, I got Soul Calibur 6 as part of the Humble Bundle. It was like $12. So
For PC.
yeah, for PC.
For PC.
As part of the Humble
Big
Bundle.
caveat.
Yeah. No, yeah, like apparently the superior version. So I went in there and I messed with the settings, but the weird part is on the D-pad, down is always up, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I tried launching it several different ways. I tried launching it through big screen mode. I tried launching it offline, like through regular Steam, and I tried, but down is always up no matter what you do. And so I couldn't use the D-pad, so that kind of pissed me off because I still do like playing like kind of tappy tap with Soul Calibur. Especially, moving up and down, moving in 3 dimensions toward and away from the camera. I still like the D-pad, so I couldn't do that. And when I was actually playing it, it was just explosion fest. Like all the particle effects, and every time you swing your sword, there's just like right now I'm getting cross-eyed just thinking about it, and I'm not even epileptic, and that shit just like I couldn't do it. And I was playing on a 27-inch screen right in front of me at like 100. It was about 90 hertz, about 90 FPS. So it was moving like at a pretty good clip, and it was just like it was too much. I had to like put it down. I felt drunk playing it. I felt drunk, and I wasn't even drunk at the time.
All right.
But great game and all that kind of stuff. I liked how it moved, but the settings are weird. I couldn't quite nail it down to like no matter what I did, motion blur was still on.
Fighting game ports are always a curse.
I know. So
yeah,
Save Rings. It looks like London sent us a link on why Soul Calibur 6 for PC is broken and has bad graphics. We might be able to throw this video on the stream.
Where did do you know where London?
In the chat. In the salt tier chat that you should definitely be on.
Yeah, I'm in there.
I guess it'll kick in late.
Yeah, thanks Zuckerberg.
Thanks Zuckerberg. So late.
It's your fault.
For real. Anyway,
so it's rough.
Yep.
But just for PC, is it?
It's kind of rough.
The thing about fighting games like coming to PC is that they're always cursed when they're ported.
And it's so weird. It seems like such a fucking slam dunk, and they just don't do it.
So get this. I bought Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle for PC, right?
The sprites are like this big, dude. It's ridiculous.
And I went to go play the game, and then I was playing in the middle of a match, and my friend got disconnected. But as he got disconnected, the sign says reconnecting to PlayStation Network. Because like they literally just they didn't change anything about the port. They just took it as it is, and like here you go, it's on PC now.
Yeah.
Like dude, come on.
It's such a shovel job. You know what? If you want to make a killing right now, be like a third-party company that offers to port PC like fighting games for other companies that like don't really like want to be bothered to do it, and you just like actually make a competent port. You'd make all the money. Because like they don't, they just kind of throw it on there. But if you were like, hey, we'll do it for like pennies. We'll get a cut of all those copies you sell, and if you make a good port on the PC, you'll sell a lot of copies and make a lot of money.
For real, I agree with that.
Why don't they care as much about the PC gamers? Like if they're making,
I think traditionally
there's so many variables for PC that it's just harder.
I think traditionally the community is not really there because there's so many options on PC. Like like a fighting game just gets like drowned in like a Steam sale or something.
And the thing is like. There's such a small demographic on the PC compared to like console gamers because most of the time we play fighting games, people buy them on consoles because it's easy access.
Yeah.
And
the mobility, right?
Yeah. Like people who play fighting games on PC or like most of the time they buy it because they already play it on console and they're actually competent and good players. Because there's a lot of casual people that just buy the fighting game on like PS4 or Xbox or whatever, and they'll play it whatever. But I feel like people who buy it on PC are people that are actually like into playing the game. Yeah,
like Switch and like PC are kind of like their own like separate thing from like consoles, like the majority of them. Yeah,
it is. It really is. But that's how I feel. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but also if any of you play the fighting games, you will know that like being able to bring something to a meetup is very, very important.
Yeah.
And no one's rolling in there with a freaking tower.
Yeah, no one's bringing a tower.
Let's roll.
Or even like a little mini ITX system. Like nobody's bringing that in.
There's just too many logistical problems because like sometimes you'll plug in your stick and it won't work.
Yeah, and just bringing a console.
Drivers and whatnot.
Drivers and all that
so Soul Calibur 6, we don't know what the real problem is. London, maybe your video will pop up. Probably not up ever. I don't know what's happening.
Zuckerberg ate it.
I know. So we will move on to Salt Shaken Part 2. And I'm giving this to Guna.
This is such a headache.
You actually have the next two.
I don't know how much.
Set up this topic with explaining what LCQ is for the Maniacs.
So an LCQ for any fighting game event is called the Last Chance Qualifier. That's what it means. Basically, if it's for an invitational or a high-level tournament like a world tournament, you
get points, right?
Yeah, you get points. So if you fail to get points, you could or you just want to try to get that last spot, you can enter the LCQ, which is the Last Chance Qualifier. But The thing about last chance qualifiers is that like hundreds of people show up to get that just one spot, right? So you're working your way through, and you got to walk through that gauntlet of like a bunch of other people who didn't qualify, and some of those people are pros.
Think of it this way, you guys. You're playing Mario Kart. You're tied with somebody for third place, and it's the very last race. As long as you beat that person you're tied with, you're going to be on the stand. You're going to get the bronze.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah. So, and the thing is like the most world tournaments are like 32 players. So they intentionally do like 31 qualified players and then one spot for like a last.
Which is what they did in previous years, right?
Yeah.
This is the first time they didn't do LCQ.
They did do an LCQ. So Capcom Cup did an LCQ for Street Fighter, and I think like 214 people registered to compete to get that one last spot, and it was a shit show because they ended up not being able to stream it because they said due to quote unquote logistics reasons, which they had an entire year to plan. I don't know what happened, like how they're fucking Capcom. Like how did that fall through the cracks is what I don't understand. When compared to like if you watched Tekken previously in the previous month, the stream was run incredibly well. The last chance qualifiers were all streamed. Like it was smooth and ran really, really well. Oh,
speaking of smooth streams, so here we have on the screen here. This is some Soul Calibur.
Juggling.
There's just like a lot of shit going on right now. What's this?
What are you showing? What did London bring up?
London brought up a video title.
Look at that! Look at that swing! You just like took
It's
up the
titled "Why Soul Calibur 6's for PC is broken."
Okay, nice.
Apparently, there's just like it's not just the streaming ability. There's like collision issues.
Look at all that! Look at that giant ass explosion! Like I don't need that in my life. I'm trying to like slash you and shit. What is that? Fucking you spawn or something? Why isn't Spawn in this with all that?
But anyway, thank you, London with a Y.
Yep. But yeah, it wasn't streamed due to logistics reasons. The shitty part about all of this is that one guy said, "Hey, I literally have a stream set up. I can be down there and stream LCQs for you guys. I don't want any money." And Capcom said no.
I gotta point out that this video has 420 likes and I can't bring myself to click it. So
God damn it.
Thank you, London.
So after that, they like corporate sponsors like Red Bull and Pocky were like, "Hey, we'll help you guys stream the event with phones and like stream like they're just streaming matches of like people playing like in setups or whatever, like not actual official stream ones." So it was literally like these like 4,000 people were watching a dude on this like janky ass smartphone streaming these games because Capcom said no to an official person coming in to stream the event for them, and he wanted $0
because that Capcom is weird.
Yeah, which is totally fucking awful.
They could have just claimed his channel and made whatever profit off of it.
It was held at a really tiny ass bar, and like everyone was like sardined next to each other. So they were treating like all these people that like came from Japan and all over the world like shit. For just like putting them in this tiny ass venue and making them compete for the last spot of the LCQ.
Hey, yeah, it was held in like a tiny place.
Yeah, pay your dues, man.
And then the worst part is like once that guy qualified, which is a guy from Japan. His name is Moke.
Moke, so good.
Moke qualified out of 214 people for the last spot. And they didn't even stream the losers runs of top 32 in Capcom Cup.
It's bogus. London found another link from Event Hubs about people talking about, like if you look at the comment threads, it talks about people reacting to Capcom, first saying they can't do LCQ, then saying they could, and at the last second saying no.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
all in
lot
all,
about him putting it in.
Yeah. As someone who's personally has run an event for the last 2 months, it's really embarrassing. If a small time we make $0 event like bonus round can actually get a stream up and running and promise people that it can, to a multi-million-dollar company not wanting a stream setup and then refusing help from someone who will do it for free 99 is bonkers to me. Absolutely bonkers. So that's my gripe with Capcom Cup. Just Capcom in general. They're on my shit list this year because they had all these things to like make the event run well for their fans, and they're just like, nah. Like
Capcom is fucking cheap, and in a lot of ways I don't blame them because they were broke in like 2012, 2013. They were broke. They did not have enough money to finish a complete game, and that's why we got Street Fighter without the story mode, because they barely had enough money to push a game out the door.
Well, they got their ass saved by Monster Hunter and Devil May Cry.
Yes. Street Fighter was a thing that like let them keep the lights on, and then Monster Hunter came out, and it's the best-selling Capcom game of all time, and then Resident Evil 2 came out last year. So they've been
now
on a
Resident
roll.
Evil 3 is coming out.
They've been on a roll, but they still have that very like in the bunkers cheap mentality.
The thing is, like, they're not even, like, I felt like Street Fighter 5 kept them alive for a while until they got better stuff coming out. So they treat their game like shit, and I don't really like that.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
They're kind of forgetting where they
came
how
from,
they got here.
Yeah, or how
because they were in the shit
who
house.
got them out of the dumps.
Yeah, they were in the shit house.
I've got faith in them. We'll see. Hopefully they learn from this. Ask me in 6 months.
You know
Yoshinori Ono, the creator of Street Fighter 5, says we learned from our mistakes and we'll do better next year.
You know what this reminds me of? You know when Ike Perlmutter used to be the CEO of Marvel. He's the one that sold off all the movie rights to the other studios, which was shrewd. It kept them in business because their lights were about to be turned off in like the late 90s. But this guy was notoriously cheap even after they got bought out by Disney. He wouldn't let them move offices, and he made them keep the same furniture they had since the 90s. And then finally, after like 2 years, he finally let them move, but they had to take the old-ass furniture with them and move them into the new office.
What the fuck?
And at the Iron Man premiere, this dude wanted to spring for food, so they had like Lay's chips and like soda, and he showed up in disguise so people wouldn't recognize him. This is all true. Ike Perlmutter. Also, fun fact, he's best friends with the Orange Man, and they're actually next-door neighbors.
Boo.
Yeah. But good news is, he used to be in charge of Marvel TV, but now that's all under Kevin Feige, so he's pretty much out of the picture when it comes to Marvel now.
Fuck that 5
He still controls video games and toys, but that's cool. But yeah, that's what that sounds like. It sounds like
it really
the cheapo corporate overlord.
Oh, that's the dude that wouldn't make a solo Black Panther or Black Widow movie because he said women and black people don't sell action figures.
The
that guy.
The reason why most of you didn't like Iron Man 3, that was all his fault. The villain was supposed to be the lady, the lady scientist that Tony Stark was a dirtbag to, slept with and then dissed her.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be the villain, but that dude was like, nobody buys female action figures. So throw the Mandarin in there. That's the Marvel villain.
I mean,
Feige was like, "Fuck."
Have they not? Has he not seen the anime community
and
where
then,
they buy nothing but waifu figures? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And then after that, that's when Feige went to Disney themselves and was like, "Get me away from this dude, or I quit." So after that, he started reporting to Alan Horn and the actual people at Disney instead of to this guy. And then it took off since then. We had Civil War and all that shit since then.
Nice.
So yeah.
Tight.
I mean, I think that people like there's so much more vocalization of backlash, and companies are realizing that like their audience has a little more say what's happening. So maybe if people are actually talking about this stuff and saying, hey, that's not fair, like it might actually get changed.
That's what I felt. What happened during Capcom Cup was like it had a giant outrage on Twitter. Like everybody and their mother, like every pro, even other game organizations like Combo Breaker said something about it. Tekken World Tour said something about it. Like they were. One guy literally threw shade. He was like the official streamer and like promoter for Tekken World Tour. He's like, come and watch actually good streams. And he did the rerun of Tekken World Tour, and I was like, God damn, dude. So it was bad. Like,
yeah.
And then
gotta listen to the fan base.
The dynamics of power are shifting, and good corporations or good companies are gonna realize that and figure it out, or they're gonna drown. Yeah.
For real.
Truth all around.
I mean, but that's I don't want to bitch more about LCQs. Like outside of the podcast, like back over the weekend, like I sent you multiple tweets of multiple pros just being
many
like,
pros
fuck
were not
CC
cool.
2019. Like it was bad. So I mean, I heard from Yoshinori Ono that he's working on fixing it for next year. So I give them hope, I guess.
I know,
but we'll see.
We need to move on. Next subject, we're gonna blitz through these.
Oh shit!
The video game award.
Did anybody see the dumpster fire over the weekend too?
I didn't watch it. I just saw the results.
The only thing I saw was the news that actually mattered, and that's a later topic.
I unfortunately watched it in its entirety because I was hoping for something cool.
My condolences.
Thank you. It was a very tough and what is it? Daunting time.
Do you guys hear Goon? Goon took that bullet.
Yeah,
Goon died on that cross.
I watched all of this for you guys, so I can give you guys
Goon
my
died
official report.
Goon died for your sins.
So maniacs, I'm gonna. Should I blitz through this? Or
I'm
do you
gonna blitz
reactions?
the fuck out of this.
Okay, I got all the winners here. Can I say the winners? Or
Yeah.
Sekiro won.
Yep.
For
Game
what?
of the year.
Shadows Die Twice.
Wait,
Game
what?
of the year.
Sekiro won Game of the year.
One game of no.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Wait for the reactions. Devil May Cry 5 won Action Game of the Year.
Okay, true.
Sekiro won Action Adventure Game of the Year.
Get the fuck out
Art
of
direction
here.
went to Control.
Okay, I can see that.
Audio design went to Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Okay, I can see that too.
Community support went to Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Content creator went to Shroud.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Esports
expect that.
couch
I can
is
see that.
Sonic.
Huh?
Zonic for esports coach. I don't know any of these coaches.
Oh, I don't know the coach.
Esports event, and this is the winner over Overwatch, Evo, Fortnite,
It's League of Legends.
IEM, and International. League of Legends won.
Okay.
Valid.
I would have voted for Dota though, because that shit was lit.
Yeah. Esports Game of the Year was League of Legends also.
Yeah. Okay.
And then esports player went to Booga.
Booga. He's a Fortnite player.
Ew.
It should go to OG Anna.
Okay, esports team went to G2.
Yeah, G2 was pretty. Was big.
Who are they?
They're a European team
For what game?
for
League
a
of
lot of
Legends.
games. Primarily
Oh.
League of Legends, but they also have a Rocket League team and they have some Smash players.
Shout out to Team OG. That would have
Yo.
been my vote. Team
And-
OG from
and
Dota.
At Haunting It, Family Game of the Year, Luigi's Mansion 3. Hey!
Team OG. Team OG. First ever back-to-back international champions.
Fighting Game of the Year over Mortal Kombat, Dead or Alive, or Samurai Shodown, and
Smash.
Jump Force. Smash Ultimate.
Sure.
Smash.
Yeah.
Freshest indie game went to Disco Elysium.
Dude, that
I
game
heard
was
that
so
shit
good.
is sick. I heard it's sick.
That
I
Game
wanna
direction
play
went to
it.
Get Death
Disco Elysium
Stranding.
actually won several awards.
Yeah. I heard
Games
that
for
game's sick.
Impact is Greece. Independent
yes.
game is Death Elysium. Disco Elysium.
Okay.
Mobile game Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah. The game kinda took off-
Multiplayer game went to Apex Legends
Yeah.
over
Yes.
League.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easily.
I don't know
Narrative
how.
for Disco Elysium. Ongoing game Fortnite. Performance Mads Mikkelsen.
Okay.
Yeah, that math adds up.
Role
Love
playing
that.
game Disco Elysium.
Wow.
Score and music Death Stranding.
Okay.
Crash Team Racing for sports and racing. Fire Emblem for strategy.
Wait, hold on. Crash Team.
And VR AR game. This is for you. This is who they beat. They beat Trover Saves the Universe.
Get the fuck out of here. That
They
should have
beat.
won.
They beat No Man's. They beat Blood and Truth, and they beat
fucking
Asgard's Wrath.
Beat
Saber.
Saber.
Okay. All right.
Beat
Fair
Saber, dog.
Fair enough.
So reactions, maniacs. What
you,
are we
you
talking
play that at
about?
work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so
I'm fine with Beat
I
Saber.
have less gripes about what was nominated. I have more gripes about how they went with the nominations. So
Okay.
a ton of these games, like they were able to get the developers like on stage and make acceptance speeches and blah blah blah. But like a ton of them, like half of these that you just listed, they're like, and the game goes to this next category. The game goes to this next category.
And it was just nobody was there.
Well, no, it's like I felt like the people were there, but they couldn't give acceptance.
And
speeches.
still, the show was like 2.5, 3 hours long.
Yeah, like they could have easily done that, but then they decided to make time for a band called Churches, which Churches is pretty good anyway. But
Yeah.
and then they fucking brought Green Day on to do a song.
You know what I think of? Okay, so this is a little backstory, but it's funny. I have a friend, and her father is older. Like had her when he was like later on in life, and but he's into the NBA. So I used to hang out with her and her dad, and we used to try to watch NBA games together. And he stopped watching NBA games with us all of a sudden. So maybe a couple months passed, and we're like, "Hey, what's up? Why aren't you watching NBA games?" And he goes, "It's a goddamn music video." So when I was watching this, and I see like every time I see like a band perform in my head, I'm always like, "It's a goddamn music video." So yeah, that's
I mean, you know, I don't have a problem with that, but I felt like a lot of it could have just been used for acceptance speeches. Like, I mean, cool. It's cool you have musical acts, but that's not the reason why people are watching the VGAs, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you got to think the people running these things are very insecure and also very old world. So they don't know what people want to see. They're assuming that, hey, we can't have too much talking. We have to to pepper in all this entertainment.
Bringing in one band is cool. I'm okay with that, but like they brought in 3 different artists. They brought in Churches. Churches actually had a dope set, and then Green Day just played like they didn't give a fuck. To be honest,
I don't think they do.
They don't think
I don't
they
it's
do.
a
either.
goddamn music video.
Like he like got on, played like one of their new singles, and he had his shades on, so I'm sure he was fucking blitzed and just he's like, I just want my check. I'm getting out of here.
This is like one of those blanket answers, like, do you not have phones? Like whenever you see that, like whenever you're watching an NFL game and it's like,
and then
you're like, it's a goddamn music video.
that's gonna be the line for the night.
It is.
It's a goddamn music video.
Watch
It's
it.
a goddamn music.
Like now when you see it, you're gonna think that, and it's true.
So another thing too, one last thing that really made me kind of upset, not really upset, but like kind of like really, is how they announced all their like world premieres. So like when they started hot. They're like, check out these dope ass games. Here's the Xbox Series X.
The best one was when she didn't even know what it was. And then she like dragged it out. It's all she had to say was, "Hey guys, this was cool. I don't even know what it is. So we're watching it together. Go." But she was like, well, I don't know what it is. And we're like, oh, this is for like 10 seconds. And it's just like, just play the goddamn music video.
It was really cringy. Like, let's go with that. But like they started off. So I said it before the podcast. They started off with bangers. They're like, here's like this new game looks fucking dope. Here's Godfall looks dope. Here's Xbox Series X. And I'm like, and then they're like, coming out also is PlayStation 5. They said nothing about the PS5. They just said it was coming.
This is a little blip. This actually happened. Sony is already talking about the PS5 Pro and the PS6, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, Sony. Like, let the shit come out first.
Yo, but the best part about the ending to all of this is that I thought they would have done like Xbox Series X, like the final announcement. Like that would have made a lot more sense to me.
No, yeah, you gotta keep that to the pocket. You gotta let Sony play their card a little bit.
So like when they announced Game of the Year, the person who announced it was Michelle Rodriguez from Fast and the Furious, and then she brought out Vin Diesel from Fast and the Furious, and then they promoted the Fast and the Furious movie as like
but
their
you know what?
final.
Okay, you know what? All right, but Michelle Rodriguez though, like okay,
she looked completely different. I didn't even recognize her.
I love her.
When they're like, "Please welcome Michelle Rodriguez," she came out. I literally didn't recognize. She had like shorter hair, like didn't have like the long hair, and I was like, "Who are you?" And then like I had to like browse through my memory bank and remember I was like, "Oh, she was in Fast and the Furious and Resident Evil."
If she ran up to me on the street wearing like a paper bag, I'd be like, "You're adorable."
but like that's the worst part is like they ended with Fast and the Furious like a promotion for it, and then they're like, "And here's Game of the Year," and then it's over.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I didn't watch it, and all I heard was Michelle Rodriguez. So.
Yeah, like it could have gone so much better. The fact that like they also
like
just
Solo,
they did like a bullet time of like games that won awards, but then they let Disco Elysium go up 3 times and accept their 3 different awards and have like it was to the point where like the people from Disco Elysium didn't even know what to say anymore. They're we're like thanks.
I get paid on Friday. I'm probably gonna have to pick that game up.
It's really
because I hear nothing but and it's flooded. It's all over Steam.
It's an indie game too, and it's fantastic.
It looks amazing. The video looks
good.
Amazing. London, you got that?
It's a really good. It's good narrative, good storytelling. I played it. I generally don't like indie games because, like, I don't see the appeal in them.
Heart indie games, like,
but then I played Disco Elysium.
They're the ones fucking holding it down while everybody else like.
If it wasn't for
boxes.
indie games, like the industry doesn't exist.
You know what it's gonna be? We were talking about this at work, and like no spoilers, and I can't really say where I work, but we work in gaming, we work in marketing, we work in things that come out. We test things that are kind of edgy, as far as like gaming goes, as far as like what people actually play on. Very niche. But something we've been talking about at work is how it's going to be shifting. Like we can see it already. It's going to start shifting away from AAA and like AA, like the people that make like The Surge, and the people that make like Rebel Galaxy and Torchlight and games like this. They're going to start being like more the norms. It's going to be more AA and indie games with the AAAs like kind of like tent-poling it, but it's still going to be very much like everything else after that. We're kind of seeing that in like what we're testing and like what we see.
We are. And Maniacs, I got to move this pony along.
Yeah.
Because we got one more shake assault to do, and that is something universal to the entire room. It's paying more for something that you already bought. Come on. So with COD, I expected it, but with my boys, Tekken, come on. Who's taking this one? This is so upsetting.
Well, I'll take the Tekken.
You get
one.
Tekken.
Mine's really short,
and I'll get Call of Duty.
So Tekken for the longest time, like people have been talking about how the game's difficult to get into because there's not a lot of user-friendly like beginner. There's absolutely no tutorial in T7. You turn on Tekken 7 and like it's just like, all right, here's practice mode. Good luck.
Here's the
like,
7th one you should know by now.
Yeah, like you should know how to play this game by now, and they don't teach you anything. They don't teach you anything about the game at all. You just gotta learn.
Which is why Guilty Gear Xrd was such a fantastic release.
Because their tutorial was amazing.
So good.
Like you learn so much shit about fighting games in general just doing the tutorial than like the more
like
than the game itself.
Completely independent from Guilty Gear. They teach you what a whiff punish is.
They teach you what Okizeme is.
They teach you what a hit confirm is.
Yep.
They teach you what a hit confirm is.
They also teach you how to do reversals and when to use reversals, which is great. Like Tekken literally like you go up and they're like, all right, here you go. So
here's ranked online mode. Yep. Good luck, nerds.
Yeah, and if you're playing on PC, yeah, you're locked at 30 because VSync doesn't work. How the fuck? Anyway, go ahead.
But recently they announced their new season, which had a bunch of new characters with like Leroy, and some and Ganryu and Fakumaran.
Ganryu?
Fakumaran, and then what's her name's already released, but yeah.
Yeah, so it was Zafina. Yeah.
Keep the boogie. Did you say Ganryu?
Ganryu.
Ganryu.
Bless you.
He's a sumo.
Oh my god.
But a part of
Dad
that
jokes.
it's a part of the season pass for all these characters, right? And then a part of that season pass is what they call frame data. Like they have a frame data like installed into the game now. They never had that for Tekken. Like you had to use like a third party app. But if you didn't want to buy the season pass, you can get that, but it costs $3.
$3. So Maniacs, you got to realize that a character's $10. A stage is like
No, a character's only $5.
$5. Stage is $10.
I don't know if stage was that much.
Oh, I think Geese Howard's stage was pretty expensive because it's like 3 walls and a breakable floor.
But like if you bought the season pass that came with it,
Yeah. Anyway,
That sentence doesn't make any sense outside of this conversation.
you will see it. Anyway, so Maniacs, you got to realize that $3. It doesn't seem like much, but it's nothing cosmetic or nothing that helps you.
well, no. On top of that, besides giving you frame data, it also there's another menu thing in practice called whiff. It was like whiff practice and whiff punishing. So they actually teach you how to whiff punish now if you buy that $3.
Oh, it's like
thing.
a training package.
Yeah, like a training package.
So get good with it. So for maybe Gun knows this. When Accent Core came out on console, they got in touch with the third-party fan community, and Dustloop made a DVD tutorial for Guilty Gear
I don't know
Accent
anything
Core.
about that.
It was nuts, and you were like, "Is this from Guilty Gear?" It's like, no, it's from Dustloop, their fan tutorial guide teaching how to play the game, and it was included in the game, no extra cost.
Like the last 15 sentences were like so crazy right there. But
I know.
but I got it though. I'm still with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's just like a tutorial mode, and now that's in the new Guilty Gear. Basically, Tekken. God dang it, Tekken! Be better than this.
The thing is like they should have had this in the game to begin with, right?
Like Gillette, be better.
These are features that just should have been in the game already.
Okay, and to compound on that, Call of Duty is making you pay for what?
Okay, so basically, we're gonna keep this short and sweet too, because Call of Duty. This isn't really our shtick on the hair. Not if you're into it, all good, but be warned. Basically, okay, you're playing a match. You want to see your kill-death ratio. Fine, you hit shift, or isn't it shift, or tab. You hit tab to see the scoreboard. You get to see your kill-death ratio, so you're like, if you're playing team multiplayer or team deathmatch, not to be feeding. If you're playing the objective, like, hey, I'm dying a lot. Let me fucking peel back a little bit.
Makes sense.
Basically, now there is a season pass for season 1 here. What is it called here? It was highlighted. There's a season pass. The
For
first season
Call of
pass.
Duty Modern Warfare.
It's called Time to Die. It's part of the Mother Russia bundle, which is a 10-piece cosmetic collection for $20. And there's a watch in there, and you have to own that watch to be able to hit tab in the game to see your kill death ratio.
Jeez. Okay, I got a brilliant face from Haunting It. Haunting It. Chime in, please.
No, I think this wraps up what I'm saying. Like people need to. It's fucking almost 2020. People need to be accountable. Like this is some bullshit. Like sometimes $3 is all I have between paychecks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure as fuck not gonna be spending it on some bullshit extra charge.
HauntIt, I'm glad you said that, because we've been talking about this at work too. We talk about a lot of weird shit at my job, but we're saying like we're thinking, and I've said it before on here. I think 2020 is going to be the year of comeuppance. A lot of these greedy ass companies and greedy ass cities and governments, they're going to start getting slapped down, and it's going to be real hard for them.
Real slapsgiving.
Yeah, there's going to be some real slapping going
North
on.
Korea's gonna get
Like-
slapped across the teeth.
Like Blizzard, like fucking Activision, they're all going to get slapped next year. All trying to be greedy. 2K, they're all going to get slapped. EA.
I think that everyone's finally getting really just tired of being like,
So who
dimed.
Outside of video games, Lucasfilm, they're going to start getting. There's going to be some slapping going on.
This is a question to the table. This is a question to the table because obviously Call of Duty is like one of the biggest culprits in charging for stuff that you should just get.
They charged $1 for a red dot in the last version.
Yeah, and also unlike
On your
some of the other shooters, instead of just getting a DLC, they make you buy a brand
Is
new
this the
game.
first you're hearing of this, Haunted? Yes,
Yeah,
they charged 99 cents for a red dot in the last Modern Warfare.
Bullshit. That's some
Yeah.
bullshit.
So
They waited a
first
month after the game came out and then added it, so like it wouldn't be in the review.
if Call of Duty is the culprit
Fuming.
in shooters, like how does Counter-Strike treat it? How does Apex treat it?
Oh,
How
Counter-Strike.
does Overwatch treat it?
Counter-Strike.
How do the other
Counter-Strike
companies?
is all vanity.
No,
if you want to buy anything,
and
it's vanity.
Counter-Strike like doesn't endorse or condemn skin gambling for your guns, and there's all kind of like this like literally $1 billion cottage industry, people betting skins, like your cosmetics for your guns and your armor and stuff. Yeah, there's literally websites where people bet their stuff on there, and those websites take a commission, and those commissions add up to like almost $1 billion.
All third party though.
Yes, but
they're not directly involved.
But Valve knows of it, and there's like money changing hands, and
that's
like,
a world of difference between what Activision.
There's
is
like
doing.
money changing hands in offshore banks, and they don't know where that money's touching or where it's coming from, and some of it's marketed directly at children, which is a violation.
Dot. Are you insinuating that Valve is in on skin trading?
No. They're not in on any of it, but they don't slap it down either because they totally could, but they don't.
Oh.
So that's something to be aware of. So I'm talking about this is how Counter-Strike, they're not doing it in the same way as EA, but there's some shady shit going on with them.
Okay. So what about the other big guys? What about like Apex and Overwatch? Like how are they treating shit?
The beautiful thing about Apex, and this is another slap, EA trusted Respawn. They didn't really step in and try to like monkey around with their game. They like what they saw and they just let them do their thing. And that game came out and took over the fucking world.
It cut the Overwatch community like in half.
And meanwhile, EA, when they meddled with stuff, they fucked up Battlefield. They fucked up a lot of stuff.
EA.
And then this game, which it didn't touch, took over the fucking world. So that was a slap to them. Like, keep your hands off shit and shit's fine. Like,
word.
Yeah, back the fuck up.
Hopefully they learn.
Fine. Yeah. So that was a little bit of slap there. So even though I don't play it, I'm happy that the game succeeds because it proves like, hey, back up a little bit and let your developers do their thing.
So Maniacs, how about our big companies that make our games be transparent at least, or like make the cost in the game? Okay, so I'm going back on a decision. Argument we had on like episode 5, and it was Street Fighter versus Tekken as far as downloadable content. And this is a thing I was talking to Goon about.
How much is that content again? Let me look. That shit was crazy, right?
So, but no, it isn't about the cost of it. It's what they choose to monetize. In Street Fighter, there are many cosmetic items that are impossible to buy in-game. You have to use real-world money. But every character in the game is purchasable in-game with in-game money. And the stages don't affect any of the things in Street Fighter. Every stage is the same width, and it doesn't affect your gameplay. It just looks different.
So I'm looking now.
Yeah,
but
not
on sale. Not on sale.
Yeah,
because for sale this is probably like $40.
No,
but right now at full price, if you bought all the season passes and all the skins and all the blood, everything,
yeah,
it's $173.83
for Street Fighter.
For Tekken 7.
Oh, Tekken 7, got it. So that said, with Tekken, you can buy a lot of cosmetics. Right? Skins and stages with in-game money just from playing the game. However, you can buy 0 characters with in-game money, which are required if you know fighting games. Not having a character means you can't learn that character and learn the matchups. That actually affects your gameplay, and that has to be real-life money. You cannot buy them in-game.
Yo, check this out, though. I have Steam Assistant on, and if you look at the Steam page, in a web browser, it adds all these other little things. Tekken 7 Ultimate Edition is normally $89.99.
Yeah.
But the lowest it's ever been on PC, $22.50. So yeah, if you're looking to pick up Tekken, like just wait for a sale. $22.
I know. Anyway,
what is that, like 90% off?
Yeah, but that's probably core character cask, and
it's whatever Ultimate Edition is. So
it doesn't come with the new season.
Yeah,
no, definitely not.
But it's the $90.
What I'm saying is, give the players the tools they need to play the game that they want to play. Maybe make like a light version, or like Street Fighter's doing over the holidays between the 22nd and the 26th. They're doing a free version. I'm sure it's a limited roster.
It's super limited. It's only season 1 characters.
Yeah, but it's free.
It's 75% off. I just see it right here. Sorry.
Yeah, but like giving someone Tekken or Call of Duty for hardcore players, and then like nickel and diming them for information to be better at the game, like being able to see your KDR, being able to see your frame data is valuable.
Yeah, but at what point is like you let like a game on release, right, has all these character releases, and then they release a DLC like 6 months later with like brand new characters by popular demand? Should those be free too? Because I personally don't think so.
So not free, but how about, and this is, I'm obviously a fanboy. I'm not gonna ever deny that. I love Capcom, but yes, a character comes out every couple of months. But if you're playing the game, not even 10 hours a week, not even. I was able to buy every new character for season 1 and half of season 2.
And this also echoes something that you've been saying from the beginning, since before this game even came out. For that audience that really dives into it and plays their hours and stuff like that, yes, you can unlock a lot of stuff, but that investment, especially if you catch it on sale or something, is definitely worth it because that's like the main game you're playing. it enriches it to that. They're going after their core audience, like you've been saying from the beginning. So it really depends. It's like 50-50. It's like if you're trying to jump in and unlock everything, then yeah, it's kind of a thing, and it has to be your game where you have to spend a lot of money. But if you're playing it all the time anyway, it is a good investment.
I kind of can think of it like this. So like imagine you have a house, and in one case, like if you're buying like upgrades or downloadable content, it's like getting a house and then upgrading your house to have a skylight, right? That's like a DLC that comes out.
Sure.
But if you
Sims
are
4.
if you are being nickeled and dimed for like the ability to use your sink,
Sims 4.
then that's basically them taking advantage of you and trying to get money out of you for even being able to play the base game, right?
Word.
So if you can't use the base game, then that's basically like saying, hey, here's a house, but you can't use the sink, and you can't use the oven, and you can't, use the stairs.
Those are all DLC.
That was 90% of EA games
Unless
for a
you
long
pay
time.
for them, then that's really fucked up. But if they're like, hey, if you want a skylight for your house, it's, X amount, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll be like League. Everything's cosmetic for purchase. Otherwise, the game is all yours.
Yep. Including the characters. You can spend the time playing it to unlock the characters.
Exactly.
So I would say for like 20% of people that buy that game, totally worth it.
And it also has to be worth the money too. For example, so BB Tag's new release, season 2 new release, a DLC pack with 9 new characters, $25.
There are some games that don't have 9 characters.
Yeah,
That's a pretty killer.
Apex barely has 9 characters.
And like I said,
That's a killer deal for 9 characters, 2 new stages.
And like I said, just hang out on the internet and look at some of these key selling sites. Yeah, you can pick it up for like what was it?
$25.
Yeah, you might be able to pick it up for like 17 or something. Like even that's better.
Okay, before we move on to the happy moment of our podcast, because we're running low on time, and I want to be able to talk about Sex Box and and bonus round. To defend Tekken, because they're doing such a great job, having in-game frame data is convenient, but how long does it really take someone to jump on a phone and being like, Tekken 7 frame data update?
There is a third-party frame data thing that people have been using for a really long time, but the thing about that
you might get banned, right?
No. The thing about that app is that it wasn't entirely accurate, depending on what the move was. So
that goes back to like why is like everything so half-assed when it comes to fighting games on PC. They have that shit for like every other genre of game, and it's super accurate, like World of Warcraft or something.
Well, no, I'm talking about the third-party app.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so
what's it called?
But the first-party one will be 1,000%. Like it's like this is from the 100% creators.
Accurate.
But you got to jump through the hoops made out of fire to get to that one, though.
Yeah, you have to jump through the hoops of $3.
Same thing. Same thing.
It'll teach you punishment training, and then there's frame data. Like that's all you get for $3.
All right. I understand.
See now if they're like frame data and punishment training for $10, I'd be like, you can go suck a dick. Like, absolutely, suck my dick.
I mean, I spent $3 on several things today.
Yeah, so I'm okay with like $3. $3 is not.
Spent 3 versions of $3 on drinking.
Granted, I wish it came with the game beforehand, but $3 is okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Well, Maniacs, we're gonna move on to our outro and let's have some fun and start. That was the end of our salt shaking.
Yeah.
We haven't had a tech fap in weeks.
That was great.
Yeah, it was.
I guess technically this could be the tech fap, and this also could bleed into the VGA news from earlier, because this was the main news of the night.
All right. And we're going to make you take the sex box.
Oh. So the sex box. That would be the Xbox Series X. That would
wait. Did we miss couch games? Shoot.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll have time.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we'll have time. Just go to the
sex box.
I kind of feel like talking about the co-op instead of the Xbox. It's just an Xbox. We can talk about it whenever.
I mean, I think probably a lot of people already read about Xbox, but how many people actually put the time in to talk about couch co-op?
That's true.
Yes.
Well, long story short, Xbox X is just a computer.
It is a little cooling tower. It's got Zen 2. It's got Navi in it. And here's something else I noticed with this. Heating and cooling is going to be a major concern with these next consoles. Because if you look at the dev kit, which we were talking about on the last podcast, that thing is all vents and it's all cooler. It's all vents and it's all coolers. And then you look at this thing, which is literally like a cooling tower that you see on like a fucking nuclear power plant. So it's gonna be AMD and it's gonna run a little bit toasty. So that's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be a thing in these next systems. Basically, though, it is a PC and it makes sense for Microsoft since they're blending those two together anyway. Keyboard and mouse support's gonna be native to it. They're not even gonna fuck around. And seems interesting.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't get one. It's redundant to get one if you have a gaming PC. But if you don't plan on getting a gaming PC, it probably is a good choice because it will be the next best thing because it is a PC. Basically, it runs Windows. It's got Zen 2.
Someone's finally listening to Save Range 2016. I'll
Yes.
be like, hey, just get a freaking cheap PC and
Yes.
just big all things.
And Microsoft's thinking the same thing too. So yeah, that was we can cover that. We got pictures here in London. You got a picture of that? Let's take a look. See, I think London's got some Steam up, and our friends here at The Verge basically agree. The Xbox Series X, which is
Basically a PC.
being called the sex box. It's basically a PC, and that's why you'll want one. The sex box just ended the PC console war because it's basically the same thing. And then here's the picture of it. Here's the little cooling tower, and it's not very big. It looks like what the fuck? It looks like Minecraft. Like Microsoft bought Minecraft and they wanted to fucking make. That's like the easiest Minecraft build ever, right there. And that's what they wanted to do. They made Minecraft, so they made their console like Minecraft.
Is it weird that 3 years ago when Apple made their Mac Pro, it was vertically constructed?
That's what this is. This is the fucking trash can.
But that doesn't look like a beer koozie.
This is the
Looks like
fucking
the
2012
Nakatomi
Mac Pro
Tower.
trash can.
There you go.
That's what this is. And Derek, do you remember on this podcast like 4 years ago when we were talking about the Ryzen chips coming out, and I was like, "This is what's gonna be in all your shit for the next forever."
Oh, Save Rings was right.
Yeah, that's what this is. So I'm glad, like I could tell you, because now you know. So yeah,
But that's the sex box. We're gonna do a sidebar real quick on some.
Hey, bucks.
Let's talk about couch co-ops, and then we'll talk about bonus round.
Okay, so something really cool that happened to Couch Co-op. If you're a gamer in the year of our Lord 2019, what we got here? It's got the delay there. If you're a gamer in the year of our Lord 2019 and you don't have a Steam account, even if you don't have a gaming PC per se, get a Steam account. You have to spend $5 to get an actual like fully unlocked account where you can chat and do stuff like that. And it's for a reason, because before they did that, you have shops and you earn as you play games, you earn trading cards, and those cards can be converted into other things. People could just make accounts and they could just spam the hell out of you trying to trade with you. So they added it so you had to spend at least $5 to have an actual fully functioning Steam account. So that cut all that shit out. So it's worth it. Don't worry, like it's worth it. Speaking of somebody who was there before they started charging, it was bad at a point. But basically, open a Steam account even if you don't have a gaming PC. There's free games and giveaways all the time. Games go on sale for like $5. Just buy the games that you want. Once you see it hit like $5, $10, just buy it. One day down the road, you're at your uncle's house. You're on vacation. Somebody gives you a PC. You build a cheap PC from like RePC, like certain people have. You have like 50 games just sitting there, just waiting to be played. It's like not even a thing.
I got like 10 games.
Yeah, not even trying. You have 10 games. You didn't even try. You have 10 games. You just had 10 games.
Get with it, y'all.
So that's a good thing. So getting back to Couch Co-op. So I brought up Steam because they added this feature called Remote Play. And basically what this does is this turns any game that has a multiplayer feature into truly a multiplayer game. So if there's a game that you have that you can play online and you have like your Halos and your Destinies and stuff, all that's fine. But if you have a game that you can only play couch co-op, this feature makes it so you can play couch co-op games online. So if you have a game that you can normally only play sitting on a sofa, split screen together, if your friend has the same game.
For example, I'm going to say Portal 2. Good example. Portal 2 co-op.
Perfect example for you, Tricky Towers.
Tricky Towers!
Hasn't been brought up in a long time. That game is only local co-op, but now you can play it online.
That's tight.
Even if your friend doesn't have a copy of the game.
What?
They can join your game. What? It'll install locally on their machine, and they can play your game with you online as long as it's co-op.
Why Steam got to be so cool?
So I brought that up. We got London. Thank you for bringing that up. So basically, all these games are games that you can play both online and both with the what do they call it? Remote play. And let's take a look. How many products is this? On Steam alone, there's 4,492 games that fall into this category.
Just play them all right now.
So we got. This is just Brawlhalla. It just goes on forever. And if you don't have Steam, don't worry about it. Take a look at this list. We'll probably put the link here. We'll have a.
Oh, Brian Meza run in and said, for example, Overcooked.
Yes,
Overcooked
is a great game. Great example. Thank you. That's normally a game that you could play there on the sofa. If you have a loved one, a significant other, a parent, a child who's not really into games.
Oh, shout out to Brian Meza too. He's my boy Hooligan in the FGC.
Nice.
Oh,
Shout out to
Hooligan!
Yeah, so he knows it up with something like competitive and fun. Yeah, so he knows what's up. Very great game. Even the people that don't play video games, you get your mom to play it. Your mom will play the shit out of that game with you. For real. Your mom.
What is Overcooked?
It's basically you know those cooking shows where they cook in a team and they have a challenge and it's like within 5 minutes you got to cook with these ingredients. It's kind of like that, but you're playing with other people or against other people, and you're in a little kitchen and you have to cook like a certain meal and you need all the certain ingredients and you're all running around chopping it around and it's in like the stages are weird. You'll be on like 2 buses that are driving different speeds and like the oven's on one side and like the stove's on and like the stove is on the other and you have to like switch ingredients and like flash fry something and then move it to the other thing while everything's moving. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's kind of like Power Stone.
Oh, I'm Power Stone.
Mixed with Cooking Mama.
Got it.
Pretty much, but it's multiplayer.
And London, as soon as you can, give us a trailer because we gotta go.
Yeah, but pretty much, there's a plethora of games. Like I said, there's 4,492 alone on Steam, and most of these games are also on your console. So
yeah, look into it, Maniacs. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It'll give you a chance to, a friend that maybe moved away, someone from your hometown, like Haunting It and Savings are saying. Significant others maybe like that aren't like right next to you, but maybe just like in another house across town. Yeah.
To put it in context, you know how Contra's only together on couch co-op. With that on here on Steam, there's a version where if there's a game that's only like that, you can play it with your friend who lives in like New York or something, all the way across the country.
Well, freaking A.
Yeah. And they don't even have to own the game.
So, I'm going to bypass the closing statements because we talked about a lot of stuff, but we're going to close with a beautiful announcement for a lovely event that's happening on the 28th.
One last time.
For the people in the back.
For the people that came into this stream late, bonus round Seasons Beatings is next Saturday with Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle and Guilty Gear Exerd.
Not on PC, though.
Nope, on PS4.
Not next Saturday, Saturday after.
No, I was talking about this Saturday. I'm talking about the next Saturday. I mean next Saturday is the 28th.
The
next
28th.
Saturday.
Not the 21st.
Not this Saturday.
The 28th.
But so after Christmas, so after the holidays, come beat some ass. So it'll be fun.
Show up with
Play
your
some
brand new
good-ass air
controller.
dashers.
Play some good ass air dashing.
Show up with your
games.
brand new controller you got for Christmas.
Yeah.
Your badass.
Show your boys your new fight sticks.
Yeah.
No,
new
show your
pads.
boys your new hitbox.
Yeah,
Let's
your
be honest.
hitboxes, yeah.
You got a hitbox.
Yeah, dude. Show us what you got for Christmas.
Come bring in your 144 hertz monitor you got for Christmas.
We would actually.
We're gonna put a
we
link.
do need setups. We would like if you could bring your monitor. That'd be great. But yeah, come check it out. $100 to first place for each game, guaranteed. So that's nice. Trinity Nightclub, come hang out with us, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. And the last couple bonus rounds have been dope. Last month's was awesome. We're hoping to
FGC
keep it
community
going.
is coming out and giving us love. Thank you so much, Seattle, and Cascadian FGC.
Wait, is that sponsored by
New
Belgium as well?
Yep, New Belgium.
Thank
It is.
you, Haunting.
Nice.
Man. Oh.
Voodoo. Sorry, it's sponsored by Voodoo Ranger. We got to be specific.
I
Live
really like the
Ranger
Voodoo
stuff.
Ranger art because that guy's wearing like a nudie con. The guy who did Rhinestone Cowboy made all these like crazy cowboy suits, and he's wearing one of like nudie con's suits.
Nice.
That's
I
very
didn't even know that.
Yeah, fun fact.
Dope.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
We're full of
you.
those.
Google it.
So, not really closing statements, but send-offs. Goon.
Oh my God! How long are you gonna take this?
It's going to be gone. Just send
Forever.
off so we have our follows, Keithy.
Yeah.
We're 8 seconds away from 69 minutes.
Yay!
Please follow me on Twitter, Goon FGC or Goon PNW, and then
Hey,
Bonus Round FGC
69.
Twitter account is Bonus Round FGC. Be good to each other. Have a great holiday. Have a great fucking New Year.
Yeah.
On top of that as
Be
well.
safe.
And be safe. If you drink and get killed because you do some dumb shit, I'm going to kill you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That makes sense.
Because that makes sense.
You got the saverings. ... Play some games. Please be safe because there's a lot of. Please be safe.
How do we find you?
There's fucking weird shit out there. The saverings. ... I'm probably on Steam. If you know what, we should put together a Stellaris multiplayer game like through our thing because I think that would like really change a lot of people's lives. Like that shit's like fucking crazy. There's a reason why I talk about this game on repeat. But anyway, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Have yourself a great New Year's. Please stay safe. If you're gonna be out, like keep that head on a swivel because shit's crazy. Play a lot of shit. Try different stuff.
Play a lot of
Play a
shit.
lot of shit. Try some shit online. Try some shit single player. Couch co-op. Do
Yeah.
whatever you can. Drink some eggnog and with a little special ingredient and play some fucking Towerfall Ascension. Play some fucking Tricky Towers. Play whatever. Have yourself a merry little Christmas from the Saverings.
Oh God, send off. Really, the only thing I would say, if you're interested in anything I said, you should follow my terrible movie clip account on Instagram called HauntIt Pal.
It's great.
It's my favorite of all of my social medias. But yeah, same thing. 2020 is for being accountable. It's our year. We're gonna take it back.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, at Watch It Pal.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah. This is at Loud and Brown, Twitter and Instagram. Follow _tier pod on everything. Subscribe. Follow.
Literally on everything.
On everything. Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud,
Dead Journal.
iTunes,
Google Play.
Live
Stitcher.
Journal. All of the things. Thank you for listening, Maniacs. We love you very much. We want to thank Soundcasting Network for hosting us 11 minutes over time because we love Keith the Boogie.
There's no such thing as overtime. Key the Boogie's always working overtime.
Alrighty, body noobs. Thank you kindly. We love you. This has been a production of the Soundcasting Network.
It's just a fucking music video.
It's a goddamn music video.
How have I never ended an episode with body noobs before? That's so good. Thank you for listening.